Imagine if tomorrow you woke up in the One Piece world. No devil fruit, no special bloodline, no legendary sword. Would you be weak? Actually, you will still have access to the strongest power in the series, which is Haki. Because Haki, although is used in fighting, it's all about your personality and the view of the world. Think about it. In One Piece, the strongest characters don't become great because they find a devil fruit. They become great because of something invisible. Their will, their ability to endure pain, their awareness, conviction, and that's all Haki. So officially Haki is the manifestation of person's spirits and willpower. It's an invisible force that every person possesses, but only few learn to awaken and master. But I think Oda is telling us something deeper. Haki isn't just a combat system, it's a philosophy of growth. If you strip away the enemy powers, Haki can be understood as three human abilities that separate ordinary people from extraordinary ones. First one, armament is your ability to endure, observation is your ability to perceive, conquerors is your ability to stand for something bigger than yourself. If Haki is a philosophy of growth, then armament Haki asks a simple question. How do you become someone life can't easily break? In One Piece, armament Haki hardens the body. It creates an invisible armor that allows its user to withstand attacks that would normally destroy them. But outside of anime, life doesn't attack you with swords. It attacks you with rejection, failure, loss, and certainty. The question is still the same. Can you take the hit without breaking? And that's why I think armament haki can be read as a metaphor for resilience. More specifically, it reminds me of the Stoic philosophy. Over 2000 years ago, Stoic philosopher argued that the goal of life wasn't to avoid pain, it was to become the kind of person that pain couldn't control. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, wrote that the obstacle in your path doesn't stop your progress, it becomes your progress. If there is one Straw Hat who embodies armament haki, for me, it's Zoro. Not because he was born special or found a shortcut, but because no one in the crew embraces training like he does. Every day he pushes his body past its limits, every rep, every swing, every scar. Armament haki is about hardening yourself, and Zoro understands that strength isn't something you're given, it's something you forged through thousands of difficult choices. So that's why arguably Zoro has one of the best armament haki in the story. The same idea exists in the gym. When you lift weights, you literally damaging your muscle so they can rebuild stronger. The same things happen psychologically. Every difficult conversation you have, every rejection, failure, every setback, you develop your character. And maybe that's armament haki in real life. Not becoming impossible to hurt, but becoming someone who keeps moving forward, even when things get difficult. Because strength isn't something you unlock overnight, it's something you build every time you choose not to give up. But being unbreakable isn't enough, because life isn't just about surviving, it's about understanding. And that's where observation haki comes in. In One Piece, observation haki allows its user to sense people, predict attacks, and at its highest level, even glimpse into the future. But what if observation haki in real life is about seeing the present more clearly than everyone else? Think about it. The people you admire, the best leaders, negotiators, the friend who always knows something is wrong before you say a word, they all share one thing. They notice what everyone else overlooks: a change in someone's tones, a hesitation before they answer, a forced smile, a pattern that repeats itself. And that's observation hacking. Psychologists often talk about emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and understand emotions in yourself and in others. It's one of the strongest predictors of healthy relationship, effective leadership, and good communication. In other words, the more accurately you perceive people, the better you can connect with them. When you understand someone's emotions, intention, and pattern behavior, you can often anticipate what they will do before they do it. To an outsider observer, it can almost look like you're seeing the future. Being resilient helps you survive, being aware helps you understand, but neither of those answer the biggest question of all. What are you willing to dedicate your life to? That's where Conqueror's Haki comes in. In One Piece, Conqueror's Haki is incredibly rare. It's often described as the power of kings, and I think Oda here talks about conviction. Look at Luffy. People don't follow him because he has the highest rank, or he's the smartest, or the strongest. They follow him because his belief in his dream never wavers. His conviction became contagious. As Mihawk said, without any special effort, he turns everyone around him into his allies. Of all people sailing the sea, that is the most terrifying ability. So maybe that makes Conqueror's Haki so powerful. It doesn't just strengthen the user, it inspires everyone around them. And history is full of people like that. Think about Steve Jobs. Whether you admire him or criticize him, it's hard to deny that he had a vision of what technology could become. That conviction pushed thousands of engineers, designers, and creators to build a product that changed how billions of people interact with the world. His influence didn't come from physical strength, it came from clarity of purpose. The same pattern appears again and again. The people who leave the biggest mark on history usually have one thing in common: they know exactly what they stand for, and they refuse to abandon it when life gets difficult. Maybe that's the real meaning of Conqueror's Haki: the courage to live so authentically that your conviction inspires others to believe in something bigger than themselves. So, if Haki really is a metaphor of personal growth, then maybe all of us can train it. Not by fighting pirates, although, as a One Piece fan, I really hope so, but by fighting the battles life gives us every day. Every day, ask yourself three questions. First one: how did I train my armament Haki today? Did I choose comfort, or did I deliberately do something difficult? Maybe it was going to the gym, having an uncomfortable conversation, keeping a promise to yourself when no one was watching. Because every challenge you face without running away becomes another layer of armor. Second, how did I train my observation Haki today? Did I truly listen to someone? Did I notice my own emotions before reacting? Did I recognize the patterns that's been holding me back? And finally, how did I train my conqueror's Haki today? Did I spend the day chasing distraction, or did I take one step toward a mission that's bigger than myself? A mission that will still matter if even if no one uploaded. And when you put these three together, resilience, awareness, and purpose, you become someone who can survive hardship, understand the world clearly, and move through life with direction. And maybe that's why the strongest people in One Piece aren't defined by their devil fruits, they are defined by their haki. And hopefully, guys, after all the training, you will become at least a Yonko level if I put you in the One Piece world. Hopefully, not baggy. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.